In this overview of my Amiga collection, I continue exploring my Amiga 1200. This is my Amiga that doesn't have any fast RAM or an accelerator. It only has an internal 60 megabyte IDE hard drive. This is the final and third part of my near 2-hour session that I recorded all at once, but which I'm releasing in 3 parts. In this video, I flip through some of my 3.5-inch floppy collection, play the incredible introduction video for Elite 2 Frontier. I use the Degrader program to switch from NTSC mode to PAL mode so that I can play some cracked games that I have fixed for the AGA chipset. Normally these wouldn't have run. I briefly play 6 games: Pac-Mania, 1943, a vertical shooter, UG, a game that's like Space Taxi, and James Pond 2. Then I show a close-up of the screen while I play some of my favorite platform games, or one of my favorite platform games, Soccer Kid AGA. Also, I play some game levels and design 2 levels for Megaball. Oh, and I use SysInfo to show a little bit about my Amiga's hardware. I hope that you enjoy this final part of the 3-part series that covers my unexpanded Amiga 1200. Over the last few nights, I've been using my expanded 1200, and I've been having a blast with it. You'll probably get to see that in some upcoming videos. I've mentioned a few times that I have a lot of discs in there that are AGA fixed. I'll show you some of them. I'm going to boot up Pac-Mania, AGA fixed. I mean, my wife and I, when we got our Amiga 1200, it wasn't our first computer, but it was our first, well, it wasn't even that expensive. We were kids, practically. I was 21, I think, when I got an Amiga. And it was my first real computer, I think. And it was, I loved it. But the problem was, I could buy real software. I wasn't even aware of the big community of hacking and cracking, I guess, especially in the United States here, New Mexico. So every game we got was broken. So later on, years later, I got this CD set called the Beavis and Butthead set. In fact, my friend, he knows about this. If you're watching, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We split our money with the Phoenix Rising bulletin board owner, I think, and paid an exorbitant amount of money. But some of the things that I had on there were AGA fixed games, and here are some of them: UG, Pac-Mania, Clax. Chris, you like Clax. Lion King, which is good-looking game, I think. What else? Bubble Bobble. I don't think that actually works. Here's some more AGA fixed games. We've got 1943, Outrun and Akari Warriors, Robocod, Soccer Kid, which is one of my favorite games on the Amiga. Oh, Frontier. I should load that up. Let's load up Frontier. This was one of the first things I ever saw, was this demo. When I got an Amiga, I got Amiga Power. That was my first Amiga Power magazine I ever got. And I think it was Amiga Power, but either way, it came with a cover disc and it had this demo. Well, not this. This is the crack. Oh, funny. But it had the demo of this game. And I was like, what? This computer's amazing. And that was, I mean, little did I know it would have worked on anything like the AGA was. That was inside my Amiga 1200 at the time. I didn't even understand what it could do. And that it was much more capable than another Amiga. Like, this game would run just fine. Not as quickly, but it would run just fine on the Amiga 1000. And that's an Amiga that came out in 1985. It does benefit greatly from the acceleration that's available from the 68020, and even more on the 68030. Alright, so there we go. Let's see if you can see that. Here's another game that probably deserves a little lights and some more sound. Alright. Man, I always wanted to learn to play this game. I have the original around here somewhere. That's too loud. Like, after watching this, you've got to want to play this game. Wow. I'm still impressed by this today, knowing the limitations of this computer. And what it was like, this computer, I mean, I think it will run on anything with 1 megabyte of RAM on a 6800. Like, this reminds me of Blade Runner, with the flames coming out of the... Man, I need to learn how to play this game. I gotta get a joystick that works properly. Quinn, I want to thank you again for inspiring me to dig out my Amiga. I mean, I was thinking about selling all these, and I probably will sell all but one of them. But I'm going to give them a good run for their money and try them out for a bit first. So this is like a whole movie going on. There's a whole universe on this 880K floppy disk. Like literally, a whole universe. Well, maybe not literally. I would hate to think that we're all living on a 3.5-inch floppy disk, but yeah, worse things could happen. I'd rather live on a Amiga floppy disk than an IBM floppy disk. So here's like, I guess you're playing the pirate in this one, and they just killed the poor guy. You guys are jerks! Or no, I guess maybe he warped out of there. I don't know. This is a long beginning. Now, obviously, this looks like it was from 2001: A Space Odyssey, which, by the way, was re-released a year or two ago in the theaters, and it looked amazing. I couldn't believe how good that looked. I mean, 2001: A Space Odyssey came out in, what, 68 or 69? That movie just looks better than movies that come out now. You poor guy, you got killed. I should bring up that shortly after I saw this demo, I was at the Atari user group, and the guy had the original version of this game on the Atari ST. And this demo looks exactly the same. Like, there's no more colors here than an Atari ST could show. But the sound on the Atari ST was so sad. Well, that's it. And I would try to play, but I can't play this game. Frontier is a long-awaited sequel to Elite. So yeah, sure is. Bitmap graphics, 3D design. Huh, I could start the game off, but I'm not going to do that. I didn't even mean to show that. It's just, I'm kind of a sucker for that intro. It brings back many early memories. Just so I could load up and start typing away. There's my big arm in the way. What else we got going on? HiSoft Basic. Hey, if anyone knows if anyone programs on HiSoft Basic, let me know. I bought the original of that, and I'm a little disappointed because it didn't quite work right. Alright. Soccer Kid. Alright, let's load up Pac-Mania. This is a game that's not going to work too well with a joypad. It's meant for a joystick. But it should work. And, you know, I'm just going to load up a few more games. Pac-Mania is now AGA compatible. Oh, that's really cool. That's a great way to show, because normally, you know, this is the error message that you'd get there, and it would be crashing, and you'd see this blinking screen. But they gave you that it's been fixed. That's very clever, very clever. Oh, it's obviously AGA, or PAL, which, I mean, I could sort of put this in PAL mode, but not really. Yeah, let's try putting in PAL mode, but it's not true PAL mode, as I've said before, but it is something similar to true PAL mode. Display options, PAL, and I'll say original or enhanced, I don't know. And it's going to probably bring it up more on the screen. Yep. Yeah, I'd have to, so it's actually working correctly. And I have to adjust this by going in the back, but I'm not going to bother. Probably all these games are actually fixed for the PAL versions. Well, that's okay. Almost all software for the Amiga that I was aware of was PAL. I mean, yeah. Some software wasn't, but most of it was. Too bad that there was never a demo scene in America. Alright, Grand Slam Software presents a game where you have to press the keyboard to start. Press 1. Alright. Push the button on the joystick to start. See if I'll see the whole screen. We'll see as much of it as I can. Not really wanting to play this one right now, but you know, it's, I don't know, is this one well loved? Yeah, so some of it's off the bottom, some of it's off the top. I can adjust all this with the 1080, but not too easily without getting a tiny little screwdriver and putting it in the back. That's why I missed the 1084, or yeah, 1084S, yeah. It's if there's a way to get one of those inexpensively, I should pick one up, but there probably isn't. There we go. Well, there we go. Oh, I only can turn it the corners, duh. So that's this game. Yeah, it works pretty good. It's not working too bad for, I think I should be able to see more of the screen, but uh-oh. I do remember playing this and not being very impressed by it, but, and I actually didn't, maybe I knew, I wasn't aware of the arcade game from a kid, but I think I knew by this time I saw it that it was an arcade game. Alright, well that's a game. This is how you're supposed to go through floppies, is like this. I think this is one where you play big beasties. And I think this one's actually NTSC. Alright, now I'm going to load up, what's my handwriting say? I think it says 1943. I'm not going to try Outrun. Outrun is a terrible game on the Amiga. Ikari Warriors I've never liked, period, on any system. But let's see what we've got on here. It's rare to have a game disc on the Amiga that has 3 games. They usually took up all the space they could. I say that and there's only 880K. I mean, games nowadays are gigantic. Oh. I guess all these are going to work from the floppy? That's interesting. Huh. 1943. Let's try that out. See if it'll work. I'm not used to playing games from floppy like this. And these are all been fixed, so they're obviously they're cracked. Well, I'll say that they're fixed when it loads properly. Oh, there you go. It looks like it's NTSC too. Huh. Alright, F1 for 1 player. Smart bomb. Alright, let's do 1 player. Oh, fire to start it. Okay. I don't even remember this song and I'm trying to hum it. That's ridiculous. One thing that it's hard to keep in mind nowadays, even myself, is that now that MAME is available, who plays these games? Like, why would you play this version when you could play the actual arcade version, you know? This is actually not bad. Yeah. Oh, 1943! Let's see if I can... There we go. Watch out! Yeah, that's a weird pattern. I don't know what it looks like on my camera, but it looks weird in person. Alright, let's see what happens if I get killed. I can't even get killed. I've got automatic fire. Alright, enough of that. And I'll try... Was that the one? Ikari Warriors? Oh yeah. I'll try that one. And what else we got in this thing? That's a game, not Frontier, not Soccer Kid. Dennis, the Menace, AGA. Now there's a terrible thing. Oh, I got Degrader on here. Let's not play another game. Let's put Degrader. Some of these other things. Okay. Oh, I've got SysInfo. Okay. Well, I didn't realize I had this disc in there. I'm going to put all of these things into a utilities folder. Oh, I've got one called utilities already. No, I can't really repartition this. Guess I'll call it, let's make a new drawer and we'll call it, work. Because that is the standard name for stuff on the Amiga, work. Alright. Got work open, we've got utilities. Let's make a new drawer, call it utilities. So for people who aren't aware of how the Amiga works, you always have to hold down this button when you're choosing a menu, which having RSI is a problem, it hurts. Alright, I'm just going to move everything into there because it's worth doing. And everything in there is awesome. But I got to put on click to front, but I don't have it right now. In the meantime, that's okay. Let's click here. We'll say we want to view everything, show all, or view by, what is it called? View by main. And I don't remember how to select more than one thing. Can I do that? Yeah. And then copy all that stuff over. I'm so used to using like, not Degrader, I said that because it appeared on the screen. I copied one thing over. I'm not going to do them one at a time. I'm so used to using Directory Opus. Not having Directory Opus is like, sad. Alright. Yeah, that's a great DMS workbench. That's a wonderful way to make disks from floppies. I was using my PC today and looking at Aminet and trying to figure out how I was going to move files to this computer, like I was saying earlier, by using Amiga Explorer. But really, I have other Amigas. Why bother? But there's something about getting that poor little Amiga 2000 with 1 megabyte of RAM working. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Floppies. Is there anyone out there who actually uses floppy disks still and enjoys it? Or, yeah. If there is, tell me why, because I want to know. Alright, what have we got here? So, let's load up SysInfo. Alright, this is a classic program. It's not actually that accurate, but it's it tells you what's in your computer. This is version 3.22. It tells me I am using a, it tells me what versions of Kickstart and stuff I have. It's, I don't know, let's go for speed. That's what most people like to use it for. Calculates your speed. It's going to tell me I have an Amiga 1200 basically. It's going to be 1 point something % of it. So it's 1.05% of it. And it usually will give you like a little, something like a comment about it. I don't see one there. But oh, comment, excellent. Well, the faster you get, the cooler the comment is. But at the time, when this was made, there was no 68060s. And when the 68060s came out, if you would calculate this, it get some weird mark down here, and then your comment would say, call me now, which I always thought was amusing. If you have some boards in here, it'll tell you what's in there, but there's no boards because I have nothing like that. Drives, tells me a little bit about my drives. Yeah, I don't really need to use this program, but Degrader. This is one of the programs I use the most. Yep. So this is what it means, 50 megahertz system. And we are going to load up, which one of these games was PAL? We are going to say survive reset. And now when I load it up, it's going to come up in real PAL mode. None of this stuff when you hold on the buttons. This is real PAL mode. Check this out. Of course, with this monitor, it's not easy to adjust, but it might work properly. Let's see if it actually loads. So now it's in PAL mode. And you can tell because those colors tell you. Like I think red tells you it's in PAL mode. Something like, see, you can tell. Like you're missing the top here. It's bringing back a lot of memories. Okay, tell me that doesn't look cool. I don't know how well you can see this. Today we bring you AGA, AGA fixed. Okay, call boards. And right here it probably says the phone number for one of the bulletin boards. But you can't see the bottom of the screen. Doop, doop, doop. It's almost like a little ticking clock. This is a non-AGA game as well. So everything we're looking at here is something that would have run on probably, I don't know if it would have run on Amiga 1000. Some of these things probably require the ECS chipset. But I don't know. It might have run on an Amiga 1000. I was using my Amiga 1000 one day, and back in about 92, I got one used for like 40 bucks. And I was trying to see what games it would play, and it played a lot of them. I was surprised at how many. So it's saying it's reading from floppy. I don't know. It says it's still loading. I'll give it a second. Oh. All right. Well. Ugh. I think this game has you play a teeny tiny little guy. All right. Start up the game. Or is this just going to be one of a million generic platformers? I think that's supposed to be water there. I think you'd be able to see it a little better if I would have this adjusted properly for the screen. And people who aren't familiar with the Amiga, again, might not know what I'm talking about. Okay, so this is me. This is kind of like a space taxi kind of game. So I've got somehow I have made this contraption. You know, how I know these things, I don't know. I've made this contraption where it's like a bicycle, and I'm turning it really quickly, supposedly, to make the propeller turn so I can stay in the air. If you look really carefully, you can't see here. But there's one guy left up there. There's one guy here. Don't land on him. Oh, I'm coming. There we go. Are you going to come over to me? He wants to go to this one. Alright, so he's going to get in. It's a total Space Taxi ripoff. Anyone of you remember Space Taxi on the Amiga? And he's out. This guy wants to go to 3. That's cool. Well, the game works. I'm missing the top. I should still be able to see myself. Oh, I hit it too hard. Alright, well, that worked okay. I've got Degrader. I'm super happy about that. Alright, what else we got in here? Did I check my disk? I did not. Alright. Oh, I started to boot from. I hope I didn't mess it up. Oh my gosh, Shadow Fighter AGA. The only reason I had down there was for my son wanted to try it or something. James Pond 2. Now, this is a classic game in that it's like an Amiga game. There are so many Amiga games that are kind of like this. Oh, I want to put this in PAL mode probably. Let's see. If I need to put it in PAL mode, I'll put it in PAL mode. Yeah, I need to put it in PAL mode. Now, for people not used to using an Amiga, even if you're familiar with it, if you're in NTSC land, you're constantly having to put your machine in PAL mode. A lot of people just prefer using emulation because of that, which I can see the allure of that, because it would make things easier. Let's see, where is my work? And utilities. Let's see, where's my degrader? Yeah, somehow I have to leave something out or something. I don't remember. Where's my degrader? Where did it go? Did I like erase it? View by name. Degrader. Alright. Put in James Pond again. And tell it I want. Now I don't really remember these other things here, but I remember playing around with them and actually getting some of them to work and make some games that were original discs work on the Amiga 1200. Like you can tell you have no fast RAM, which is not a problem for this machine because I don't have it. You can tell you have less chip RAM. You can actually boot from an external drive, and sometimes this will actually work. You can tell that it's actually like a DF0 is a DF1 or something. I can't remember how it worked. But you could boot from an external drive, and even if a disk required being in your internal drive, it would still work. This isn't so important for games that have been cracked nowadays, and especially WHD load games. All this stuff is like built in. But this was very important for a time. Probably still is. Look at me, I'm using it today. It's September of 2020. And this program was written 27 years ago. So there you go, now you can see it all. This is the AGA fix version. It just had to be done. Look out for the future game and demo fixes. Here, if you want to log on to the tower, you can call it up. I don't know how the telephone system worked over in the UK, but the prefix is 44, or maybe that's the country code. I don't know. So, some friends watching this might not know what this is. This is called a crack intro or a cracktro. It's the introduction that the people who cracked the game put here. This wouldn't have been part on the games that were originally made. And that's one of the points of WHD load, is they remove all this stuff and make it as close to the original as possible. And I don't know if you can hear this floppy disk howling, but man, the floppy disk in the Amigas howled. But I guess that's so that they made as much noise on the PCs as well, but you didn't normally load operating systems from them, which is basically what we're doing here. We're loading custom operating systems. Still booting. You'll look at a lot of this. See this blackness here? When you're loading games from floppy, you see quite a bit of that. Maybe I should load up after this, just for the heck of it, to show you what a game could possibly look like. Load up the Lion King. Although, I'm not sure if the Lion King, even though it's AGA, Soccer Kid definitely looks different. I remember when I tried the Soccer Kid on my Amiga 3000, I couldn't believe how different it looked. It was all blocky and chunky, but it looked so much better on the 1200. Alright, Murray and has kidnapped our friends. It's one of the games that was available on the, and I don't know if you can notice on the camera, but now that it's in 50 Hertz mode, I guess people in Europe don't see it, but I see it, and people in America see it. Now the screen is flickering a lot. It's like, it probably looks worse in the camera, I don't know. Alright, let's try this cheesy little game, where I'm going to have to press up to play. Yikes. Alright. Oh, I have to press up. I guess I'm used to that. Any Amiga user gets used to it. It's people who come to the Amiga not having experienced before, like playing a Commodore 64 game. Who don't, yeah. I don't know how to play this game really. I've played it, but it's been a long time. I never thought it was that good. Yeah. Boat, I'm right there with you if you are watching this, or if anyone who knows Boat, he has a problem with a lot of the Amiga floppy games, or a lot of the Amiga games, and I kind of don't blame him. But you got to look at it from a different context because you can't compare them to these games were, I think they were cheaper. The consoles didn't really catch on so much over there as they did in America. Oh, well. Oh, that's right. If you press the button, you can. Oh, that's right. I forget what this lets me do though. I can. Yeah, I don't remember. All right. It's snowing. I'm falling. Alright, well that's enough of this game. I'm not really interested in playing it. I'm going to load up Soccer Kid, which I know for sure is a, where did I put it? I just had it out. Here it is. This one's going to have to be degraded. And, I don't know why I love this game. It just looks good. I'm going to have forgotten how to play it. There's like, you use your soccer ball as a weapon. And, it's, whoops. I don't know, you can do so much with just a regular Amiga joystick. Yeah. Oh, for anyone also who doesn't know much about the Amiga, while this controller, the Genesis, works with the Amiga, by default, the only button that actually works on it is the B button, which acts just like an Atari 2600 controller button. So, show all files. Yeah, this is not the way my Amiga would be set up if I had just, set up all the time. So I've got it in there. Yep, alright. Let's check out Soccer Kid. Alright, it's telling me with the color sequence it is booted up in PAL. Okay, so now the game is going to load. It takes a while. This is, I can kind of, in my mind, think of them as grinders because they sort of, you hear this grr, grr, grr. See if I can't skip all this, okay? I wonder how that looks on the screen. I guess it looks halfway decent. And I'm going to be missing the top of the screen a little bit and the bottom of the screen a little bit, which is something us NTSC users dealt with. Especially if you were using a TV, you had it even worse. If you had a vertical hold, you could sort of adjust it, but like the colors would be wrong. And what else would happen? You'd miss way more of the bottom of the screen. I don't think you'd miss any of the top. Yeah. And sometimes objects would be missing. Like one of my favorite games, Bob's Bad Day, had you couldn't see your own character if you were playing it on an NTSC machine, not in PAL mode. Yeah, weird stuff. Man, WHD load, where art thou? Where art thou? Alright, now it's going to ask for disc 1 after all that. Oh, I guess I get to choose. I'm going to choose English so I can read the stuff. And this looks really good. All this ruckus I'm making is just me flipping out discs and stuff. And let's see, putting in the first disc. So this here, this little guy, he looks much better on an AGA than he does on the original version. So I'm gonna have to wrap it up pretty quick. It's getting a little late for me. I still plan to have a snack before I go to sleep and cool off a little bit. It's hot in this garage, it always is. It's not even too hot today. Alright, first thing we're going to do, we're going to go to options, we're going to go do a tutorial, and we are going to watch it. So, we've got our Soccer Kid. Now I'm not controlling anything right now. It's telling me if I move right with the ball. If I move left, I move left with the ball. Okay, now up, I jump. And now if I move diagonal, I go diagonal, which is hard to do with this kind of controller, my Genesis controller. I can go diagonal, push the ball, diagonal. I think this is the most versatile use of this controller I know of. I'll be able to play a few levels of this. I actually went out of my way to actually buy this for the Game Boy, and it was hard to find when it was brand new. I actually did find it locally, but the Game Boy Advance. It came out years later, like many years later, probably 15 years later on the Game Boy Advance. And it's not that good because you can't see enough of the screen. I mean, it is good, but you can't see enough of the screen. Alright, so that's how you do it. You have to... I'm talking and missing how I'm supposed to play the game again. Alright. Yeah, see all this cool stuff you can do. When I got good at it, I could do it all without even thinking about it. But I'm not going to be good at it anymore, I don't think. I'm going to start it and just see how terrible I am. And I am going to be terrible. Don't tell me I have to put in floppy 2 or something. Alright, so it's missing the top of the screen. Just a little bit. Hopefully I can play the game well enough without seeing the top. Now if I was going to be playing a PAL game a lot, I would just adjust it. Or if I was going to be playing plugins for a bit, I'd let some of the NTSC screen be cut off, but I'm not going to be playing it too much. Alright, that's me playing. Alright, can you see my little character going around? Alright, so kill this guy. Oops. Actually, oh yeah, that's right. Press the button with it. Do I jump on top of it? Ah, see, I've already forgotten how to do it. Okay, jump on top of it. There we go. Oh. I kept... Okay, so... Okay. I don't remember how to play. I'm sorry, Internet. I'm being like those people who don't know how to play games. That little guy. Oh, there's a cool guy up further. Hey, amigos, if you haven't played this game on the AGA version, you should. It's pretty good. Oh god, I'm gonna pop my ball. And I can call it again by pressing a button, but I'm gonna pop it again. Ah, ow. Alright. That's it. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm going to actually go back to the workbench one more time and see if there's anything else in there. I actually might install some other software in here. Just using an Amiga. Why the heck not? I mean, if you're going to use one, use it. Alright. Press soft reboot. I might actually boot back in PAL. I told it just 5 resets. So I might actually have to turn it off. But if it's in PAL, that's okay. Alright. We have work. What games did I put on here? Megaball. What else can I do in Megaball? You know what I'll do? I'll show you one other cool thing about Megaball that I always liked. The board editor. My son, when he was a kid, and I mean a little kid, he used to make lots of his own boards. What if I just say, I don't know how easily I can spell. Not to. But he used to make, and I still have them somewhere. It's supposed to look like my name. But how do I make an M? I don't know. Ah! I forgot how to spell my own name. It's getting late, folks. It's getting late. Late for me, anyway. Let's see. Maybe one more. Yeah. Now it's, I should say rules or whatever. I'm not gonna, I think I can I just go to test, or do I have to say save? I guess I have to say save. No, save only saves the 50 boards. You must first put the editor. Okay. Let's put. I don't know what that means. I don't remember. Oh, put. Oh. Oh, that's right. So now I can, oh, I forgot about that. Now I can clear, and I'll make an all boom board. There's the boom ones. Yeah, it's been a long time. Now watch what happens when I spell my name again. We'll play these boards. Ba-doing. Yeah, nothing as exciting as watching someone build boards. Oh my gosh, if you're still watching this, I'm sorry. If you're my friend, why you should be saying, let's see. Not exactly the same, but close enough. Here we go. Alright. Let's put this to be the second board. Blink. And save it now. And we will call it... Oh, I forgot there's other boards when you bought the actual game. Yeah, I should see if I can't find some of my son's boards. But yeah, originally what it came with was it came with Megaball 3.0 boards. But, and some people don't realize this game was originally called Balls. And, it was much more limited. And so were the earlier Megaballs, but you don't see those around too much. But some of these are really hard, like Nasty, Tricky. Underwater one is all cool pictures of like underwater scenes and fish and stuff. But I'm going to call mine, guess what I'm going to call it? You'll probably never guess. Something that used to impress me about the Amiga days was, back then I was using Windows 3.1 and you were limited by how much, that's it. Now we're going to load my own board. Alright, we're almost done here. Let's see if I can remember how to load my own board. L. think. Adam. Where did I put you, Adam? Oh. Well. Is that this one? Probably. Yep. Alright. This one's going to take me a while. I'll probably never get past it, but I'm going to try. Especially since this mouse is kind of... Ooh, get it. Yeah, okay. So, I have a buddy who used to have girlfriends who used to really dig this game. And I mean, I guess I can see why. Oh, don't die. And I used to dig it myself. Okay. Did I get it? Ah! It's never worth doing that. Alright. Guys, I'm going to call it a night, and I'm going to do that by first just letting myself get killed. Alright, here we go. Alright guys, enjoy it, and my next video is probably going to also cover the Amiga 1200, and if I'm lucky, I will also be able to transfer some files if I hear back from Clunto about the Amiga Explorer 7 for my Windows XP laptop. Alright, until next time. I'm not actually going to explore my Amiga 1200 until after I finish exploring my Amiga collection. The last Amiga I have to look at is my Amiga CD32, so that's what's going to be in my next video. I haven't used that system in quite a while, and I understand that the battery can leak, just like all the other Amigas, and ruin the connection, so I might not be able to use my external hard drive for that system, but we will see. Wish me luck.